Most communities have one thing happening at any given time that you really want members to notice. Maybe it's a workshop, a launch, a new resource. The problem is that one thing, well, can easily get buried in the feed. Today, I'm showing you a simple fix, a custom pop up you build and drop into your Circle community that surfaces whatever's most important the moment someone logs in. I'm going to walk you through how I built mine, how the code works, and how you can have your own version live in a few minutes. One thing up front, this works on desktop only. Circle's mobile app doesn't run custom code snippets. So anyone visiting your community on their phone won't see the pop-up. I'll come back to that later, but I wanted to let you know going in. And I also want to highlight that we're not about to build some kind of pop up that ambushes someone the second they land on a page and demands their email before they've even figured out why they're there. The version I built waits a few seconds, slides in gently from the corner, gives someone a clear next step, and disappears if they're not interested. Polite, useful, not annoying. The whole thing is built with code you fully control. The timing, the design, the link, the message, the button text, all of it's yours. None of it is locked behind a third-party app or another monthly subscription. Right now, I'm using mine to highlight our MCP workshop. It's happening this week. It's time sensitive. It's a quick action people can take. And I want every person who logs in to see it the moment they're there. That's exactly the kind of moment a pop up earns its place. Something timely, something specific, something you don't want buried in a feed or scrolled past. Here's how it actually works. I built the code in two parts. There's a styling block at the top that controls how the pop-up looks. Colors, fonts, spacing, all of that. And then there's a script block at the bottom that controls the behavior. The piece you need to pay attention to is what I call the customization section. That's where you fill in the blanks. There are four main fields you want to update. The first one is the link. This is where you want to send people when they click the button. Could be a workshop registration like mine, could be a sales page or an opt-in, a calendar link, whatever you're driving traffic to. Swap your URL in there and you're good. The second is the delay. How many seconds do you want the pop-up to wait before it appears on the page? Mine is set to 6. 5 to 10 is usually the sweet spot. Anything faster feels aggressive. Anything slower, and they're already moving on to something else. The third is the hide setting. This is how many days the pop-up will stay hidden from someone after they've already closed it or clicked through. You don't want to be the person whose pop-up shows up every single time someone refreshes the page. Mine is set to 3 days, which feels respectful and still keeps the message in rotation. And the fourth is the text, the little label at the top, the headline, the short paragraph underneath, and the button. That's where your voice goes. That's where you make it actually feel like you and not a generic template someone copy and pasted off the internet. And one more thing, if you take one look at this code and you feel a little out of depth, you don't have to learn it. You can drop the entire thing into Claude with a prompt that we've written, and Claude will build the exact version you need. You'll get a fully customized version ready to paste straight into Circle. So even if you've never touched code in your life, you can absolutely pull this off. Okay, once you've got the code customized, here's where it goes inside Circle. Okay, to add the customized code into your community, you're going to navigate to the top menu caret on the left. From there, I'm going to navigate down to Site, and inside the Site menu to Code Snippets. Here in the head code snippet, I'm simply going to copy and paste that code right inside my head code snippets, just like mine is here. Then save changes. Now back out on my feed, I can see my pop-up available. Quick callback to when I mentioned at the top, remember the pop-up only works on desktop. So if your community lives almost entirely inside the mobile app, Just factor that in. For most communities, plenty of members and visitors are still coming in through a browser on a laptop. So the reach is still real, just not universal. All right, friends, that's the whole walkthrough. If you want the actual code I'm using and prompt to update this and fully build your own and plug it and play it into your community right now, well, all of that lives inside the Co-Creator Society. The pop-up code, the swipe files, the templates, the little extras that go with any of our quick tip videos. Once you're in the community, you've got access to it all. So instead of writing it from scratch or piecing it together yourself, you can grab this pop-up, customize it, and have your own version live within an hour. But honestly, the quick tip bonuses are just a piece of what's inside Co-Creator Society. It's the community I built for people who are building communities. Think founders, course creators, summit hosts, membership owners, the people who are doing the work of creating real spaces for other people and who want a space of their own where they can ask the questions, share the wins, and figure out what's actually working on Circle right now. If that's you, the door is open. I'll drop the link in the description. Come in, poke around, grab the pop-up code, hang out with us for the rest of it. And let me know what you'd use a pop-up for inside your community. I'm always curious what people are working on. Okay, friends, I'll see you in the next one.